Hello, welcome to the presentation for the District Summer Learning Network's newest tool. My name is Christine Danke, and I'm thrilled to be sharing with you Part C of the Multilingual Learner Summer Success Tool. If you've not consulted our tool's overview presentation or the previous parts A and B, you can find them on our website. This is the video presentation for Part C, as you see here, entitled Taking Stock, Documenting District and Community Resources. We'd like to start by uplifting voices from our DSLN network. In Tucson, Arizona, Erica Hanneman serves as the 21st Century Community Learning Centers and District Intervention Coordinator in Sunnyside Unified School District. During our first year of DSLN, Erica shared an idea she'd been thinking about. It was her dream to create summer programming that was inclusive not only of multilingual learner students, but also of their parents. She used the DSLN network to hone her ideas, and with hard work and perseverance, she developed an innovative plan. She designed a summer program that invited the parents of her multilingual learners to come to campus alongside their children. She envisioned for part of the day, the parents, who were experts in the language skills of the students' home languages, would volunteer in their students' summer classrooms and provide needed translation support. Then, during the second half of the day, she wanted parents to become the students themselves. They would then have the opportunity to attend adult ESL classes and work together not only to improve their English, but also to learn the nuances of the US school system, and then be better equipped to support their children inside and outside of school. While this project is still a work in progress, the idea is worthy of sharing and directly relates to our conversation today. This Sunnyside Unified School District example highlights the essence of DSLN. As a network, we seek to support districts as they transform their summer learning programs to use the power and potential of academic quality, equity, community partnerships, and whole child development. Engaging in discussions and collaboration around these pillars to support more and more of our nation's children to experience expanded access to opportunity and joyful learning during the summer months. So we want to know, are you curious about how to learn from your district and community experts to improve your summer programs for multilingual learners? If your answer is yes, we believe this Part C of the DSLN Multilingual Learner Summer Success Tool will support your efforts. And we want to say, if you're just starting out, it's okay. Our hope is that this entire tool will serve as a professional learning experience. It will meet you and your team where you are in terms of understanding how to serve multilingual learners and augment your team's current planning to explicitly center the assets and needs of this specific population. The Multilingual Learner Summer Success Tool is supported by an overview document that shares the research-based best practices and key decision points for district teams to consider. The remaining information in the tool is then broken down into the 4 parts you see here. Today, we'll talk about Part C, Taking Stock. The purpose here is to support district teams to better understand and utilize their schools and communities' resources for multilingual learner summer learning success. Just as multilingual learners possess innate strengths and funds of knowledge, so do districts and communities. Taking stock of existing resources is the first step in aligning support for your district's expanded vision of summer learning success. This entire tool is based on the 4 research-based best practices you see here. Rigorous instruction that is language-focused, using a developmental approach in an affirming environment. Rigor for multilingual learners means both access to grade-level standards-based instruction and the English language development instruction they need. Language is imperative. It must be highlighted with consistent, targeted, and integrated opportunities to practice the reading, the writing, the listening, and the speaking, both in social and academic registers over the summer months. By developmental approach, we mean providing age-appropriate strategies and scaffolds that support learners to progress in their confidence and competence in English and in their content area skills. And last but not least, we hope summer will be an uplifting learning space where students' funds of knowledge, or their home languages, their background knowledge, and their lived experiences are truly leveraged. In part C of our tool, we'll guide your team to consider two central questions. One, what are the district and community assets that you can build upon as you seek to implement effective summer programs for your multilingual learners? And two, which key decision points will you prioritize for reflection and then action? Part C begins by walking your team through a detailed 3-part landscape analysis. This analysis will support your team to document the strengths already present in your community, in your families, and in your school district. As you plan your summer programming, we want to know, have you previously thought deeply about which community organizations currently serve multilingual learners inside and outside of your school buildings? What types of programming do they provide, and how do they connect with families? Similar questions are posed about the work that is happening in the spheres of local government, faith-based organizations, your local philanthropic community, institutions of higher education, and your local businesses. We ask, how are all these entities involved in supporting you to attain your vision for multilingual learner student success? In the family section of your landscape analysis, we ask, what are the hopes and dreams that the families of multilingual learners have for their children in your district? Do you know? And how can you support them to reach these hopes and dreams during your summer program? We encourage you to utilize existing trusted messengers to hone your feedback loops and to leverage your family's funds of knowledge in your summer program development and implementation. And lastly, we ask you to take a deep dive into understanding who in your district has the knowledge and skills to serve these students and families best. Are there educators who are serving as teachers or paraeducators, as parent liaisons, or as administrators who your data tell you have a special gift? How can you tap into your school board or school community members' interests and ensure that your unions and associations are supporting your expanded vision of serving multilingual learners well in summer programs? As you think about your landscape analysis, we ask you to pause and reflect on this. When English replaces the language of home and family, it leads to a gradual erosion of communication between parents and children and a lessening of bonds between them, thus making it more difficult for parents to guide their children. Schools and summer programming specifically can nurture multilingual learners' home languages as these students are learning English. This can be done in many ways, including informing parents that learning English is a process, teaching them about language development, promoting and providing skills for parents to support the simultaneous development of their home language and English, and by encouraging and supporting the use of students' home language at home and in school. It's important to reinforce with all educators the value of home language development, and this can be done in part by supporting bilingual programming. Feel free to pause the video here and consider this reflection. Then restart the video once your team has had time to discuss. Whether or not you plan to offer bilingual summer programming, we hope Your summer programs support multilingual learners to develop joyful learning through rigorous instruction that's language focused, using a developmental approach in an affirming environment. It is important in this process to build in coherence planning. Harvard's Public Education Leadership Project has worked with districts across the United States for the past 20 years and has developed the PELP coherence framework that you see here. This tool helps leaders recognize the interdependence of the various aspects within a school district: the culture, systems, structures, resources, stakeholder relationships, and environments, in order to understand how they reinforce one another and support the implementation of a new strategy. Modifying your summer programming to best serve multilingual learners is complex, and our tool will support your summer planning team to attend to these various elements. Now is a good time for your team to again pause the video and refer to the last page of Part C. Now you can discuss what are the most important learnings from your landscape analysis. And if you don't yet know, what is the plan to learn and then reconnect? And also, what are the key points to prioritize for action as you all plan for next summer with multilingual learners in mind? Our hope is that this overview of Part C, taking stock, documenting district and community resources, has your heart beating a little faster and your mind full of new ideas. We hope this has seeded for you the work your team will undertake in the coming weeks, months, and years, and solidified why this work matters. Our national data shows academic and opportunity gaps that persist. And collectively, in our DSLN network, we are proving summer learning spaces can be impactful. We believe all students deserve school systems that center their needs, and you are the right leaders to make this positive impact. Best of luck on your journey. We encourage you to pick up Part C of the Multilingual Learner Summer Success Tool and begin your reflections. We also remind you that there are corresponding short video presentations for the overview, as well as parts A, B, and D. For additional questions, please email summerlearning@fhi360.org. Thank you.